They think it is right and just to sanction small-scale fishermen catching endemic and protected fish species in the water of Palawan. Why or why not? I repeat the question. Do you think it is right and just to sanction small-scale fishermen catching endemic and protected fish species in the water of Palawan? Why or why not?
I think we should not just punish them right away because maybe they are just lack of knowledge about our biodiversity. That's why we have this Subaraw. It's about biodiversity. So I think it's a wonderful platform to use to enlighten them and give them awareness about biodiversity. And I think it is a wonderful platform to use because a lot of us don't know about how biodiversity is a big help in our daily lives. Because biodiversity is about ecosystem. It's about the air we breathe, the food we eat, and everything that we need in daily life. That's why I think we should preserve and conserve our biodiversity.
Very well said. The question, what do you think is the worst human activity that damages biodiversity and needs to be stopped?
Out of so many, it would be apathy or the lack of interest when it comes to our environment. And I personally think that we could do simple things as being aware because awareness is already solving half of the problem. And I personally think that Puerto Princesa is doing its great job because we have Subaraw Festival. The Subaraw Festival is a reminder, a meaningful, purposeful festival that we are usually reminded of our interconnectedness with nature. And imagine if we could actually promote it internationally, then we could be a community where we continue to promote where language will never be a barrier when it comes to environmental protection and biodiversity preservation. Thank you.
Thank you, candidate number 7. Palawan is once again hailed as one of the best islands in the world. As a Subaraw Festival Queen, how can you ensure that Palawan remains beautiful and clean? Again, your question is, Palawan is once again hailed as one of the best islands in the world. As a Subaraw Festival Queen, how can you ensure that Palawan remains beautiful and clean?
I do believe that the Subaraw Festival Queen aims to crown a queen who is able to embody the values of Subaraw biodiversity. And also, I believe that she must be passionate when it comes to promoting the advocacy of the Subaraw Festival. And I believe that through my advocacy, which is all about sustainable ecotourism, specifically responsible tourist practices, campaigns, I am able to utilize education as a tool in order for me to spread awareness and disseminate information for the younger generations, most especially, to be able to, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Again, why is it important to every Puerto Princesan to conserve biodiversity?
Thank you. I believe that it is important not just for Palaweños to conserve biodiversity but to us Filipinos because biodiversity is our foundation of life. And Palawan is the home of the 38% of the totality of the Philippines wildlife resources. And I believe that it is our responsibility as Filipino people to take care of our environment because I believe that what we give it to nature, it will always find a way to bring it back to us. And as a Filipino people, I believe that we are going to have a sustainable future and other biodiversity.
Thank you so much.
Again, your question is what makes Puerto Princesa sunny, unique from the other tourist spots in the world?
As we all know, Puerto Princesa is truly rich in majestic tourist destinations. It is because of the good governance of Puerto Princesa. And what makes it unique? It is not just the beauty of it, but the people who work hand in hand to take good care of it, to conserve and protect their biodiversity, and show it to the world. Thank you.
Again, many people see internalization and urbanization as indicators of progress. How would you help protect Puerto Princesa's natural resources as the city further improves and urbanizes?
I believe that in order for us to protect the natural resources, we must adopt a forward-thinking approach where progress and preservation are both respected and valued. We must also work hand in hand with the local government unit, authorities, and people who are seated in power in order for them to create policies, legislations, and bills that would protect the natural resources that we have, and let us continue being eco-friendly and biodiversity conscious in all actions that we do. Let us remember that we all have an option, either to be part of the problem or to be part of the solution. And let us always choose to be part of the solution. Thank you.
And how can you use modern technologies in protecting biodiversities?
So I can use the modern technologies by protecting our biodiversity by advocating them to our preservation of our biodiversity, and for them also to be informed that we should start young to be disciplined, because for me, being disciplined is important to our life, especially to our nature, leading to good nature, and also helps us to build healthy world, not just for ourselves but also for the future generation. Thank you.
Once again, a growing population demands more food and other resources, which threatens the biodiversity. How can you ensure conservation of biodiversity amidst population growth?
I will ensure conservation of resources amidst population growth by using my voice to spread awareness regarding the concept of sustainability. It is meeting the needs of the present without compromising the needs of the future. As our planet faces threats of scarcity of resources, it is time for us to take action that will eventually impact us and will be very beneficial to the future of mankind. Thank you.
I highly agree. Thank you so much. And water management for biodiversity.
Practicing proper ways and preserving our water is very important, and it plays a vital role in our society, especially on our biodiversity. I suggest that each and everyone should know about the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, and it is about the clean water and sanitation. Thank you.
Well said. Why do you think most young people do not care about Puerto Princesa's biodiversity? Again, your question is, why do you think most young people do not care about Puerto Princesa's biodiversity?
Magandang gabi. I am an outdoor server for almost 13 years. And this pageant, and when I was 16, I joined pageant, and it gave me an opportunity to give birth to a noble advocacy, which is spiritual advancement for the growth of the youth. And I think that the youth doesn't consider their faith as something that they can connect to the nature. Because for me, I firmly believe that we must grow and foster a community that we must first grow a community where everyone views the earth as a sacred entity, not a resource to exploit. Thank you.
All right, once again, your question is, what message would you give to those unaware of biodiversity issues?
The message that I would give to those who is unaware about our biodiversity issues is they should start to commit themselves on joining programs that will give them knowledge and awareness, specifically about our biodiversity issues, because it is important, especially as Puerto Princesas. It is important for us that we are aware of our biodiversity issues, and so we're able to protect and conserve and preserve our biodiversity. That's all. Thank you.
Once again, what is your opinion on the use of renewable energy level with the aim of reducing carbon footprint that harms biodiversity.
Statistically, only 3 out of 10 people are aware of the use of renewable energy to protect our biodiversity. And that is why I stand here, serving to be an educator rather, because I do believe that learning through education is less costly than learning through tragedy. It is very important for us to bank on the power of reciprocity. We should always reciprocate everything that we take from the environment. I know that you may think that this is such a small act, but always remember that there is no amount of act small if done with a sense of purpose. I always believe that one action multiplied by the numbers of people is enough to protect our biodiversity. Thank you, and maraming salamat.